Okay, the big Birmingham Big City Read, Before I Go to Sleep, that book will be very familiar to many of you, and in fact it started in this room here, that book. One of the many library promotions that we were involved in at Transworld last year was the Birmingham Big City Read, but it was probably the most, from our point of view and the author's point of view, the most ambitious and actually the most successful. It was a massive collaboration between publisher, library, author, readers, local authority, reading agency, all bringing together their own skills, expertise to produce a very big landmark major city reading group initiative. And I'll start with my 3 learnings in case I don't get to that bit. 3 learnings that we took from this project were that you need, in terms of making it work, complete synchronicity and integration with all online and offline activity, which you'll see manifest in a minute. We needed to build in plenty of time. We talked about this for 6 months in advance, building up a very distinct timeline into which we put all our strands of the promotion, and vocal involvement from all parties. So, as I said, author, publisher, publicist, reading development officers, libraries across the city of Birmingham. So here's how we put the pieces together. Major benefit for any social and digital promotional campaign with an author is to have that author engaged online. And this is Steve's own personal website, which was launched on hardback publication in April last year. He blogs on it, he posts on it, he has his Twitter and Facebook feed onto it. Here is his Facebook. So we had already an author who was very engaged. And through these platforms, Steve was able to interact directly with readers who were taking part in the Big City Read. For the Big City Read, on Twitter, we established a new Twitter hashtag. We already had the Before I Go to Sleep hashtag, Birmingham Big City Read, and then all these other people were interacting and feeding through information and putting on the hashtag. So we built up a nice community of conversation online. Rather than aiming for a trending topic, what we're trying to do here is corral all conversations so that we could monitor engagement as the whole thing went on. From the outset, all the activity online was supported and complemented by offline promotion, and here you'll see flyers and posters that we produced to put it up in libraries with all the information needed to take part. And then there was the very significant offer that we gave to Birmingham Library, 1,000 free copies of the paperback, which were shipped up to Birmingham Central Library and then distributed right across the city. All the libraries took copies, even the mobile libraries, which was fantastic. Each book was stickered, and in the sticker, this drew readers back online to seek further information. You didn't need to have that online engagement necessarily, but we dovetailed by having the hashtag on the book and on the physical book and the e-book. Meanwhile, Reading Agency hosted a dedicated Birmingham Big City Read page on reading groups for everyone, which you saw a little preview of before. And this had reading resources, background material, biographical information, etc., etc. And on this, we launched the notion of a Big City Read event in February, at which everybody could come and meet the author and discuss their reading. We had a trailer that was seeded out through a big screen in the centre of Birmingham. Birmingham Libraries created this digital advertising in the shopping centres around the city with a strong message to take part. So even if you were a shopper who doesn't go into the libraries, this is the way you could see that people were all talking about the same book. As people collected their books, read and passed on their copies onwards, they were in a position to post their reviews online. And here is where we corralled all these quotes. These are real quotes from readers who've read and experienced the book, and we, with their permission, put these together on a poster that we put up in the libraries just in advance of the event. And the culmination of all the messaging, the outreach and the feedback was a massive live reading group at Birmingham Central Library, which was sold out. So we didn't want to turn anyone away, so we had a preview event before the main event. And for the author, this whole big community outreach, he said, was the most satisfying experience from his point of view. Everyone who came that night had read and talked about the book in advance. So it was a really rich conversation about their engagement with the book. I would say key things to take away: collaboration, dovetailing online and offline and keeping to a timeline. From everybody's point of view, great success. Bubblegum. Finish.